Hello friends, in this module I will be covering that how to set up a database. uh, I will be considering here MySQL. I will be what I will be doing is that with the help of the Selenium I will be entering some details, user details in some form. That details will be saved in the database, and with the help of the Selenium I will verify that the correct details which are inputted in the form are reflecting in the database. So that's I will be with the help of Selenium I will be checking uh, that my data is correctly saved in the database. That is, I will be performing the database testing using the Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so let's start. uh, the first I will show you the form which I will be working with. Okay, let me get the form details from here. Okay, yeah, this is my form. Okay, yeah, this is my form. Okay, what I will be do with the help of the Selenium, I will be filling this form, clicking on this sign off page. Okay, and this whole my data will be saved in this table, that is sign up details. uh, these are not actually linked. I have created this database in my local, and it will resemble something like the real based database, but only there is no connection. I have manually uploaded the data here. Okay, so I will be entering this data here. Okay, and it I have already shown that what it will be reflecting. Okay, so the first step is that I want to connect my database with Java. Okay, to do that we need one driver that is known as JDBC. JDBC is a driver which helps connect to Java with the database. There are many databases like MySQL, Oracle, and others. So what the JDBC, they all the databases have their JDBCs. So you can use the respective JDC jar, or you can link that jar to your class path in Java. You can use this library and you can connect it to the that database. Okay, so let's start. I will create first a new Java project. I will name it as my project, my SQL project. Okay, under this I will make a package and I will name it as test connection, or I will name it database test. Okay, under this I will make a new class and I will write Selenium database testing. I will include public static void main and click on finish. Okay, first I want you to get some parameters. Okay, first I will show you that where you can install the JDBC. Okay, so that you can connect to the database. The database I'm using here is MySQL. Okay, so go here and go to Google. Okay, and write MySQL JDBC driver jar. Okay, you can go to any of these links, you will find a jar. Suppose I go on this link, Java 2s. Okay, you have a jar here at the bottom, you will find this jar. Okay, so download this and include in your Java build path. right click on, I've already downloaded with me, go to properties, go to Java build path, click on next external jars, and yeah, I have already downloaded this. No, this is not the one, sorry. Yeah, under this, include this in your Java build path. Also, I will include the Selenium jar files which I will be needing in my future, and it will be present in the Selenium. Okay, and click on open. Okay, so you will find the reference libraries, and all my libraries are here. After that, I need to import a file that is java.sql.asterisk. Yeah, this will import all my files which are needed for my SQL connection. Okay, so the first step for making a connection with the Java, I need to define some parameters. Okay, first is, let me first write those parameters. One is URL. Now what is the URL? URL is the JDB connection. I want to tell my Java or the JDBC that to what I need to connect. That I want to in our case we want to connect to MySQL. Okay, and where it is located? It is located in my local machine, and what is the port which in on which I want to listen. Okay, so that I can find the MySQL connection. So under this write JDBC colon MySQL colon forward slashes. If I am using my local computer, I will write local host, okay, colon, and the MySQL starts on the default port that is known as 3306. Okay, so this is the URL, that is JDBC will listen to MySQL at this local host, and this is my port. You can also write your IP address here. If you are working with localhost, you can also give. If you are working on a remote machine, you just give your IP address and the port number. MySQL starts default port at 3306. Next is that I want to tell my JDBC that on which database name I want to get. In my MySQL, after connecting this MySQL, I want to check this sign up. This is my database. I name this database as my database. Okay, so I want to connect this database. Okay, so I need to write that my database name is my database. Okay, after this, for connecting the Selenium, I need the username and password. When you are installing your MySQL, you have to give one username and password. I have normally people do, they just give the same username as password. For SQL, it's generally the root and root. I will write string username root, okay, and string password is root. Okay, also I need to make an object for the connection class. It will be used for the connection. I will name it yeah, I will name it as connection. Okay, you will find this connection class under this library my connection and MySQL JDBC. Yeah, this is the connection class. Okay, now let's start. I will write here try catch. I will work inside the try catch only, because if there is any exception I will just catch it and print it. Okay, I will write exception because working with SQL sometimes give exceptions a lot, and we need to check what are the exceptions so that we can rectify them. And our system dot print out my exception. Okay, and after when I in the try when I will be making the connection, I need to close the connection as well. Okay, because if I don't, it's very mandatory to close the connection. Okay, because if the connection remains open, no another will be able to connect to this MySQL. So I will use finally is always executed. Okay, and I will write if just a second, yeah, if the connection, sorry, if the connection is not equal to null, in that case what we need to do is we need to give connection is equal to null, so it will close the connection. Should I switch? Yeah. Okay, so let's start of making a connection. Okay, so first I need to make a, I have to tell which JDBC driver I will be working with. Okay, the jar file. Okay, for that I need to write here class dot, we have a function for name. Okay, and write com dot mysql dot jd, sorry, jdbc dot driver. Where we get this name, it is from here. Go to reference libraries. Yeah, this is the name, com dot mysql dot jdbc. Okay, so some people also use dot initialize here, but we won't be using because it is for some buggy. Leave that part. Don't need to write. We don't need to write the get initialize variable. After that, I will be working this connection object. I will write connection is equal to driver manager. Okay, and a function that is get connection. In this I need to enter the URL. Here the URL corresponds to the URL plus our database name. Okay, then the username and the password. Okay, so this is the command to connect to the database. Okay, after doing the connection with the database, what I need to do is I want to fire some queries in the database. Suppose after connecting to the database, I want to select all the records from this table, that is sign up details. So for that, first make a query for it. Okay, I will write string SQL query, and that would be select asterisk from the class name, that is sign up details. Sign up details. After this, I need to make an object of statement class. Statement is equals to statement. Okay, and it will be connection dot create statement. After making the statement, I need to execute this statement. So I will write statement dot execute query. And what is the query? This is my SQL query. Okay, and after I run this query, I will get some result, that is the rows and the records of the table. So I will collect those result in the result set, that is rs, or I will say result. Okay, after getting the result I want to print it, so for that I will write result dot next. Okay, and then system dot println result dot get, sorry, result dot get. Oh, I'm writing the wrong mistake, sorry guys. Result dot get the column name. Okay, that is get string. Okay, and my column name, suppose my I want to get. Okay, so the first column is email address. uh, Email address. Okay, and zip code. Yes, zip code, my first name, and the last name, and the closing braces. Okay, and here as well. Now save this. Okay, and let's execute this, run this as a Java application. Yes, so it has print me the test data for the first row. And what is my first row? It is this test Gmail. This is my second column, test Gmail, zip code 1, Ram, Aurora, and this. So we are successful in fetching the data from the database. That is MySQL. So you can write any query here and it will fetch the data from that. Okay, so this result set contains select all, that is all the records. So firstly I have used here, that is result.next, so it is giving me this record. When I again used result.next, it fetched me the next record and simultaneously in continuing. Okay, so this was my code for connecting to database. Now I will prepare test data. So what I need for the test data is I need email address, zip code, first name and last name. So I will write here string email. Email would be just a second, yeah. So let's say suppose Vivek at the rate rediffmail. Okay, rediffmail.com. Let's make another string that is for email or zip code, sorry, and give this, yeah, and give the zip code some default value, that is 111111. Okay, or it will, let's say 222222 because we have already have one. Okay, and string my first name first name, let's say Lucky, and the string last name as Singh. Okay, now I want to enter this data using Selenium. Input test data using Selenium. For this, first I need to make an object for WebDriver. Write WebDriver driver is equals to new Firefox driver. I will include my libraries. After this, I need to go to the URL, that is this URL. After this, I need to enter the email address, get the XPath for this, write driver dot find element by XPath. This is my XPath, and I want to send keys. And what is my email address? This is my email address. I've already stored in the string, and this is, and yeah, next I need to enter on these, so I will just copy paste here 4 times. Okay, the XPath of zip code is this, copy paste, write it here. Okay, and this is my zip code. Okay, then next is my first name. This is my first name. Copy this, the XPath for the first name, and my first name is here Lucky. Okay, after this, the XPath for my last name. Okay, and this is the last one. Sorry. After this, I need to select some checkbox, so I will just find the checkbox here, and I will click on this XPath, and I will click on this. I will write here driver dot find element by the XPath here, and I will click on it. After clicking on it, I need to click on this sign up now. Okay, I will write driver dot find element by XPath this, and dot click. Okay, so what I will do, I will enter this data, and I will fill up this form using Selenium. So, okay, so as soon as this click on sign up now, these details will go to in a database table, to this website database table. So what I have done is that I manually entered data in here in my data table. So the in that website data table, this data will be entered similar to this. Okay, and some ID will be assigned to the user and audits detail. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to now connect to my database, and I want to fetch this data, and I will verify if it's same as this data. If it's same, then our test case will be good. Okay, so to fetch this data, I need to write some command, some SQL command. Okay, So instead of this select asterisk from sign up details, we will write a new query. Okay, it will be select asterisk from sign up details. Okay, I want to first order by sign up, so that my 2 comes the first row. So I will write select asterisk from sign up details order by sign up. Okay, so I will use this sign up and I will make them in descending. Okay, so that the last data which comes below it, suppose I enter a new data from the web page, so it will assign an id 3 and the data. So I will sort this column using the descending, so that 3 comes the topmost. Okay, and the data corresponding to it, and I want to select only one, limit 1. So this give me fetch the result of my latest entered data in my data table. Okay, now I need to do database testing. That is, I will check what I will do. I will, after print, I will get this data in my some variable, or what I will do is that let it print. I will write if result.getString, that is the email ID which I'm getting from the database, is equals, okay, the email ID which I've provided from the website, that is this email ID. If they are equal, then it okay. If it is not equals, then we need to print that email ID is stored wrong. Similarly, we need to do this for zip code, first name and last name. Okay, this is for the zip code, sorry, zip code, first name, and the last name. First name, last name, and zip code, first name, last name. Okay, so if any of these won't be equal, then it will throw an error. Okay, let's see. Now execute this and see if it's working fine or not. Run this as Java application. Okay, the Firefox opens. It's navigating to the website. It entered the user details. Okay, and click on sign up. As click on sign up, the details will go back to the database. It's throwing me some error. Unknown column sign up in the order clause. Okay. So MySQL query is wrong. It's by sign up. It's not sign up. It's sign up ID. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Okay. So let's again run this Java application. Okay, its launch website is launch. Okay, so and it not has thrown any error because it's verified from here. These are the correct details. Okay, so now let's suppose that our database does not store any correct value. Okay, instead of this zip code for this user, let's say it entered the wrong uh, zip code. That is, let me update the zip code. Okay, yeah, send a SQL query. I want to update it. Update the set. Yeah, set zip code as, let's say, 333333. Where signup ID is equal to 2. Let's run this. Okay, it is updated. If I select all, yeah, so it has updated zip code. So okay, so I've updated this data in the I have updated. Suppose when I entered the data in the website, it was 222, but in the database it entered as 333. So I won't be submitting here again my Selenium code because I'm checking for a negative test case. In that case, the in which the database was updated correctly or incorrectly. Now again run this as a Java application. You will find here an error. This zip code is stored wrong. Okay. So this is way that you can check if the data you are entering on the website is getting stored in your database. So this is how you can perform the database testing. You can perform various scenarios like triggering scenarios. You can perform queries, your deletion of the accounts, to which depth you want to test your database testing concepts for your application. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you guys.